My name is Justin Davis. I am 38. Grew up in Prescott, Arizona with my brother Spencer. I work here with Beardsmen as a customer service rep. I've been here for roughly 3 years now, and today we are talking about my heart attack and transplant in 2020.
What do you remember your life being like before the heart attack? Like, who was Justin Davis as a man, as a father, before the heart attack happened?
Well, I have 2 kids, Mackenzie and Cannon, 4 and 6, so they're very young, very active. And I was on this journey, weight loss journey. Yeah. Lost about 70 pounds, and just keeping up with the kids, life. We did a lot of activities. I enjoyed the gym, maybe a little too much, hiking.
And then one morning, and you have a massive heart attack. Yeah. What do you remember about that day?
Well, I woke up like any other day, went to the gym early in the morning, came out of the gym, I started feeling like a heartburn in the chest. We were actually shooting Beardsmen that day, and that's when I started getting the sweats. And so I took myself and propped myself out on the sidewalk against a brick wall. And the next thing I know, I was in your hands, and the ambulance and fire truck was there.
Yeah, we were filming. I'll never forget it. I see it like it was yesterday, and it's burned into my brain. But we were filming, and I remember looking over, and you were standing there. And then I looked back, and you're on the ground, white as a ghost, no real pulse, no breathing, foaming out of the mouth, and just completely just gone.
They rushed me directly to the emergency room, and they ended up having to put a stent in my widowmaker. My heart was pumping at 10%. A typical person is about 50%. They had to induce a coma for a couple days, feeding tube, the whole 9 yards. So a couple days go by, and unfortunately, the heart attack was just so massive that my heart wasn't going back. So they gave me a vest that kind of was a fail-safe, so if I did become unconscious, it would shock my system. After they got all my numbers on normal, they sent me home, and within about, I want to say about 24 hours, my lungs filled up with fluid again, because my heart was just not pumping enough. The cardiologists there said, you have 2 options. You either have to get an LVAD or a new heart. Hearing that, I was 36. Just was a shock. In that situation, there's nothing you can do. You have to be relentless and just know that this is the plan. Within, I want to say 24 hours, I was at Mayo. COVID just started. In the beginning there, they had me isolated in my room for 24 hours by myself. So that's when cardiologist team scheduled me for the LVAD. So I went in, did an open heart surgery, and they opened my chest up, and this device is kind of like a turbo. It spins, and it's connected to the left side of my heart, which allows blood to bypass the heart and go directly to the aorta.
And that was hooked into your heart surgically.
Yes.
And it had a power cord.
Yes.
Coming out of your stomach.
Yes. I had 2 lithium batteries that was connected to a drive line that went into my stomach and into a backpack that I wore pretty much 24/7. Yeah, and at night I would literally have to be plugged into the wall. I lost a lot of weight. I believe my lowest was 149 pounds. I had a caretaker at the time, which was very daunting as a man. You kind of want to take care of yourself. I was on the LVAD for about 6 months. The doctors never found out what was in my lungs. It kind of just cleared up on its own. So after 6 months of having the LVAD, they let me know that I'm eligible for the transplant list. So after I get on the list, it was very daunting because my blood type is O negative. Listening into these transplant groups, a lot of O negative people have been on the list for 2, 3, 4 years. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be a long journey, so buckle up. Well, to my surprise, 6 weeks later, I'm at home, watching TV, and I get the call, and they're like, hey, you need to come in. We found a heart. I was blown away. I mean, you know, inside I'm a nervous wreck. On one side, I'm happy as can be because I'm getting the second chance at life. But on the other sense, you know, I'm nervous because, you know, I have to go through a second open heart surgery. My brain's going all over the place. You know, I'm thinking of the donor, you know, what happened. They tell you about the complications, what to expect, you know, and how sometimes they will get there and they'll reject the heart, and I'm at Mayo on the bed waiting to go. And the surgeon could just call up and say it's a no-go. So there's a lot of emotions going on, and just
How did you cope with that?
definitely my kids and, you know, family for sure. You know, you, mom, dad, you know, you were all there for me, and that kept my spirits high. The feeling of waking up and having a new heart was amazing. Knowing that I went from 10% to 55% was amazing. Having that energy back was amazing. With that said, I also had still going through depression, anxiety, because now I have someone else's heart inside me.
That person whose heart is sitting inside of your chest was sitting in this chair right across from you. What would you say to him?
Thank you. I appreciate you. You know, thank you for giving me the second chance. You know, I'm living my life through you. Because, you know, at the end of the day, they have a mother and father that they can't see, but I can. You know, I appreciate them every day. You know, it's not so much why, but it's more so what can I learn about my previous actions that I could change for today. Tomorrow's never promised. Tomorrow's not written. And, you know, there's no reason to hold back on your dreams, on your ambitions, you know. Just go for it, because you never know, tomorrow might be your last.
Grateful for you sharing your story and sitting here. I love you so much, dude. Give me a hug. And guys, for me personally, I wasn't a donor prior, but this experience obviously radically shifted me to my core. And consider it. You know, no pressure. Donating your organs when you're gone can literally save a life, and the impact and the ripple effect of that can be massive. So consider it, look into it, and you can save a life in the future as well.
Justin, in one word: genuine.
Brother. Caring.
Fighter.
Lifesaver.
Loving. Consistent.
Compassionate.
Heartfelt.
Friendly.
Relentless.